Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film Runner Runner. Richie First, who is scrambling to make tuition money at Princeton University, and he's doing it by basically getting teachers and students into online poker and using coupons to get them into it, and he gets a little cut on the side. Then Princeton tells him, you can't gamble at Princeton, it's illegal to gamble on campus. So he tries to gamble all his money at online poker, but then he loses it all and he realizes he's been scammed. So he goes to Costa Rica, because that's what you do, I guess, because Ben Affleck's character Ivan Block is there, and he figures if he brings the fraud to Ivan Block personally, maybe he'll get his money back or whatever. And then Ivan Block is so impressed that he decided to bring this to him rather than put it on a forum or give it to someone else in the media, which would, ruin his online poker reputation. He appreciates this and hires Justin Timberlake to work for his company until Justin Timberlake realizes that the world of online poker is devious and criminal, and the FBI gets involved, and Justin Timberlake has to kind of find his way out of it while still making a lot of money. Runner Runner is a pretty bad gambling movie. I don't think the director of this film, Brad Furman, really likes gambling, or at least likes any of the subject matter, because he shoots it so awkwardly and everything's done in such a bizarre movie logic way. It doesn't feel like he really fell in love with this film, and because of that it's really hard as an audience member to fall in love with it. It's kind of almost an assignment picture, like an old studio director, but he's really showing it. Like sometimes scenes don't even feel like they're in the same movie, they're just going to random places, like using bad movie logic, where if you ever have lived in a city and they shoot a movie in your hometown, you're like, that's not how you drive to that location, they've mixed it all up so it looks cool in editing. That's how it felt the whole time I was watching Runner Runner. I had never been to any of these places, and yet I still felt that it was kind of discombobulated, didn't all flow together. The director doesn't really have a lot of fun with this script. He doesn't make kind of it a tawdry B noir, he makes just a shitty suspense thriller that you're probably going to watch at 3 p.m. on HBO on a Sunday and then soon forget about. There's no life to it, there's no fun to it, and this is something you could have a lot of fun with. Most of the actors in this film don't feel like they're having fun either. Justin Timberlake is actually alright, but while I was watching it, I kind of thought maybe Justin Timberlake isn't really that good at being a lead in the films he's been a lead in. I wish Justin Timberlake would do kind of more comedy and maybe even a musical, something like that, something his talents are really good for. But this seems an odd choice, Justin Timberlake, for this film. And Ben Affleck's like playing a role he played back in the Boiler Room days. I know there's some theories online that it's like the same character from the Boiler Room, which I think is kind of funny. I was actually excited for Ben Affleck's part because he's kind of hasn't done this kind of, monologue heavy character in a while where he's really good at these speeches. Kevin Smith trained him well. I was excited to see him go back to that role he hasn't done in so long, but it felt like he was bored by doing it. It felt like he noticed it was a real regression. He didn't have fun going back to that at all. He seemed pretty bored by it. I think he was, of the leads, he was the most bored at being in this movie. Now, Anthony Mackie seemed to have a lot of fun. He's probably the only one, I think, who really got into it and liked being this FBI agent. This was written by the two screenwriters who wrote Rounders, which is a movie I saw a very long time ago and don't really remember. But to be honest, I think that movie is a lot more memorable than this. And I remember it having kind of a nuance about it, having a flow about it, which this film doesn't really have. I found the directing really, really poor. I wish it had some sense of a score about it. There was a party Justin Timberlake goes to meet Ben Affleck's character, and I thought it was incredibly undershot in certain places. The script isn't so bad. It's not an amazing script, but it felt like if you had a director who really was like, you know what, let's have fun with this could probably be something. It wouldn't be high art, it wouldn't be an amazing film, but it would be something. And this film just doesn't feel that inspired at all. It really does feel like kind of assembled from a lot of different scenes. It doesn't feel like it connects sometimes. The whole conspiracy of it just feels like bad movie logic. And he directs it like it's even worse movie logic than it really is. I was thinking that when I was watching it, was like, some of the logic in the scams, it's not like the worst. Some of them are just so unbelievably stupid and complicated. It really wasn't. It was pretty easy to follow. It's just the direction was so kind of lazy and haphazard, and you have leads who are maybe not the best cast for it. All in all, I don't see any reason you would really see something like this. This is really just a very badly directed, okay movie. So if you have seen Runner Runner and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments and subscribe if you would like to. And I used a different room for once. Mixing it up. Different locations. So that's something. Whatever.